Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Great, great. We're all joining very, very fast today. Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? So today is another wonderful time. We're spending another wonderful time together here, and we're going to be talking about another skill or another aspect of your personal development. So you're all welcome to the 10-day personal development program for teenagers. And we started the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is day 8. So we have 2 more days to go to the end of this program. So I just want to say thank you. Hello, Darasimi. How are you doing? It's nice seeing you here. We didn't see you, we didn't feel you in the accountability group that's on the WhatsApp group. So today we're talking about another interesting topic. We're talking about how to build healthy relationship. If you remember yesterday, during our session yesterday, I spoke about barriers to discipline. But what are the barriers to you being disciplined? What are the barriers to your personal development? And one of the barriers I spoke about was peer pressure. You know, either having friends that would influence you or pressure you into doing things that are not right. So today I'll be talking about how you can build healthy relationship, how you can build relationship with people. Hi, Jemima, thank you for joining. How you can build relationship with people who would support and promote your growth. So for those that were around during our WhatsApp training this afternoon, I spoke about one important one important aspect of building healthy relationship, and that important thing is you being able to know the values. Hi, Tioluani, thank you so much for joining. So I said one important thing that you need when it comes to building a healthy relationship has to do with you, has to do with you knowing your values. What are your values? So your values. So for those of you that were around this afternoon, I noticed that Tioluwani and Yasmin, they both wrote out their values. So if you've been to the WhatsApp group, there's this form or this assessment I dropped that I posted on how to develop your values or on how to do it. So that process is called value clarification. How to choose the values that are important to you. And when we talk about values, values are those character traits that will guide your decision making, that will guide your action, that will guide what you do. And I said when it comes to you building healthy relationship, you need to build you need to build healthy relationship with people who you share the same values with. Because if have a relationship with people who you do not have the same values with, it will actually affect you, and you might end up doing things you really don't want to do. So the first step in building a healthy relationship is knowing your values and looking for people who share the same values. Another step when it comes to building healthy relationship is you identifying those who you share similar interests with. So for example, this program now is all about personal growth, is about you becoming the best version of yourself. So when you're picking friends, when you're building relationship, you will also look for other people that are on the same kind of journey with you, and other people who also want to better themselves, people who want to become, who want to become the best version of themselves. That's another way of building a healthy relationship. Now, what are the characteristics of healthy relationship? Number one characteristics of a healthy relationship is a relationship where You are free to be yourself, where you don't have to fake, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to pose, a relationship where you are free to be yourself. That is a healthy relationship. So for those who were not here in the afternoon, we have Darasimi and Jemima. Do you want to type your values? Did you go through the value clarification form? If you went through the value clarification form, what are your values? Can you just write them in the comment section? Let's see. What are your own values? So I was talking about healthy ways, so characteristics of a healthy relationship. I said the healthy relationship is one where you are able to be yourself. A healthy relationship is a relationship where there is mutual respect between yourself and the other person. A healthy relationship is one where you are able to communicate openly, where you can share how you feel, you can share your hopes, your dreams, your fears with this person. And when it comes to communication, communication is a two-way thing, not just a one-way thing. You share and the other person shares. I remember I was having a session recently with someone, and the person was saying that he noticed that most times when he wants to talk with some of his friends, they are not emotionally available to speak with him. But when they want to talk to him, he is always available. So you can see that in that kind of relationship, it's one-sided. But a healthy relationship is one whereby both sides are benefiting from the relationship. It's not like a is it parasitic relationship? No, it's not like parasitic. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. That's a healthy relationship. So the first is where you're able to be yourself, and where you maintain mutual respect, where you can communicate openly. A healthy relationship is one whereby there's equality. It's not imbalance where one person feels like he or she is the boss, and the other person doesn't seem as if he or she has a say in that relationship. Okay, so Darasimi has written something here. Darasimi said, "My values are love, communication, loyalty, teamwork, forgiveness, and respect." Excellent. So these are your core values, right? One, two, three, four, five. So excellent. This is great. So when you're building relationship with other people, these are part of the things you're going to look at. Does this other person share this same value or values with me? You might not get some that might share everything, but at least you might get some that will share at least 80% of the same value, that the values are important to you would also be important to the person. Thank you so much, Darasimi. So back to the characteristics of a healthy relationship. So the first characteristic, like I said, is ability to be yourself. The second is when you're able to maintain mutual respect. I spoke about open communication. I spoke about the fact that there's equality in the relationship, whereby you can both, either you and your friends, you decide on what to do, not as if one person is a leader and every other person is like following the no. It's a relationship where there is mutual respect and equality. Then also, it's a relationship whereby there is trust. There's trust, there's honesty, and you guys don't lie to yourself. You guys are there to support each other. You're there to ensure that the other person achieves his or her own goal. It's not, like I said, it's not a parasitic relationship. Rather, it's a mutual beneficial relationship. So what are the signs of unhealthy relationship? Number one, there's a control. Maybe there's somebody always wanting to be in control of the other person or other people in the relationship. That's a relationship that is not healthy. Then a relationship that is unhealthy, another characteristic of unhealthy relationship is that there is emotional dependence. So you cannot function without the other person. I know the thing about having friends in clique. When you have friends in clique, everybody is if everybody is responsible for one thing or the other. But whereby you're emotionally dependent on one person, or you're emotionally, or other people are emotionally dependent on you. That is not a healthy relationship. Another characteristics of unhealthy relationship is where there is a lot of hostility. You know, you guys are always fighting, there's always quarrel. That is not a healthy relationship, please. Whereby one person is not listening to the other, you guys are instigating fights. You know what? In this kind of relationship, there will be no peace when one person is always instigating the other, or one person is always talking bad about the other people in the group. That relationship would not be peaceful. And for you to achieve your goal, for you to become the best version of yourself, you need to be in a peaceful environment. You need to have relationship with people who are also going on the same journey with you. You don't need to have relationship with people who are backbiting, people who are either gossiping. Every time you're around us, that person is as if emotionally you've been drained. No, that is not a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is one whereby every time you're there, you feel fulfilled. You feel like, yes, I've achieved a lot. You feel good about yourself. But if you're in a relationship, if you have friends that each time you leave them, it's as if you are drained, as if they've taken energy from you, there's nothing you're gaining from that relationship. Please, you don't need to be in those kinds of relationship. Okay, so Jemima wrote her values. Jemima said her values are kindness, love, communication, hard work, faith, honesty, fear of God, humor, sincerity, and passion. Thank you so much, Jemima. So what I would like you to do now, Jemima, is that I would like you to pick five out of all this. Pick five that are very important to you. And these five would be your core values. So do that and put it in the comment section. Thank you so much, Jemima. So when you're building relationship, the thing about building relationship is that don't build relationship because of what you want to get from that person. Build relationship because you know you're going to add positively to the person, and the person is also going to add positively to you. Don't look for a relationship whereby you just want to take. No, look for a relationship whereby you can also help the person to become a better version of himself or herself. That's very important. Healthy relationships are very good when it comes to you becoming the best version of yourself. Healthy relationships are very important. I've spoken about um how to build a healthy relationship. I said the first thing is you identifying your own values. What are your values? And values, you now the moment you're able to identify your values, you now look for people that you share the same values with. Number two is identify shared interests. What are the things you have in common with the other person? If the only thing you have in common with the other person is just to gossip and talk about other people, that is not a good relationship. And like I said, look for people that will add value to you, and you would also add value to them. Then I spoke about the characteristics of a healthy relationship, and also the characteristics of unhealthy relationship. So, Jemima, we're waiting for you to write out your core values. Then, who are the people here? Let me see who else is here. As you're joining, please, I'd like you to just indicate, tell us where you're watching from. What's your name? Who are you? I know I can see Darasimi has responded. I can see Jemima. I can see Tioluwani, and we have other people here. Please just go to the comment section, please, and tell us where you're watching from, who your name, and be part of the conversation. Please be part of the conversation. So, like I said, today we're talking about how to build healthy relationship. Healthy relationship, very, very important. When it comes to building healthy relationship, it helps you to when you have relationship with people that are positive, it helps you to become a better version of yourself. And since the aim of this training is for you to is for your personal growth. The aim of this training is for your personal growth. So you need to build healthy relationship. People that you share the same people you share the same interests with, people you share the same values with, people that you have mutual respect for each other. Everybody respects you, all respect your boundaries, right? If you have a good friend, your good friend will respect your boundary. You too will respect your friend's boundary. And even when there are differences between both of you, you respect the other person's difference because the person is unique. One of the things I tell young adults and individuals I work with that everybody is special, everybody is unique. We cannot all be the same. Imagine we're all the same, the world will be boring. But because God knows that we need each other, that's why He has created us to be different and so that we can complement each other. However, there should be something that is binding both of you, or three of you, or four of you together. And that should be number one, your shared values, your interest, mutual respect, and the ability to influence each other positively. You cannot be friends with people that are always putting you into trouble. They're always saying things that will get you into trouble, or they're always doing things that will get you into trouble. That relationship is not worth it. So be around friends that will encourage you to pursue your interests. Be around friends that will help you to, as you're setting goals for yourself, they too are setting goals for themselves. Avoid individuals that are negative. Avoid individuals that will just bring bad energy. We don't need that. We don't need that. Then I spoke about having people that are honest and trustworthy, people that would always, that you can rely on them, that you can rely on them. And when they say they're going to do something, they'll end up doing that. Don't keep relationship with people that are not trustworthy, or people who are not reliable. You can't do that, please. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. So on this journey of personal development, do you have friends like this that can actually, that that, okay, this person, we're on this journey together. This person, we're on this journey together. And another thing about having building healthy relationships, that the people you're building this relationship with, they should be people that you enjoy their company, not people that, when they come, oh God, this person has come again. Oh no, I don't want to talk to this person. No, let them be people. Let these people be people that you love being around them. Let them be people that you enjoy. Hello, Gabrielle and her sister Shanice. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, Timlane, you're here. Finally, we can see Timlane. Thank you, Timlane. Thank you, Shanice. Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you so much, Gabrielle. Thank you so much. Okay, somebody said, so I have a question here. Person Ma. Okay, before I go to your question, Jemima has written out her core values. She said her core values are love, communication, honesty, fear of God, and humor. Love, communication, honesty, fear of God, and humor. Okay, thank you so much, Jemima. Now we have a question from Tioluani. Tioluani, your question here says, if you trust someone who has proven to be trustworthy but later fails, do you give them another? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yes, you give them another chance. The thing about it is that we're all human. There are times when we're not superhuman. We are human beings, and as human beings, there are times whereby we might actually drop the ball. So yeah, give the person another chance. But if for every time you're giving the person another chance, the person keeps doing this, that means there's a problem. Is that person is being deliberate about it, or the person does not value your relationship. Do you understand? That means the person does not value your relationship. So give the person another chance. Yes, very good. Give the person another chance, and let the person prove himself or herself to be trustworthy again. Do you have any other question based on what I've discussed? Yeah, you're welcome. Do you have any other question based on what we've discussed? You're welcome. Any other question? So let me ask my question. So I want you to look at your relationship now, the relationships you have, the friends you have now, the people you have around you. Do you think the people around you are these the people that can go with you to the next level of your life? These people, do you think there are sets of people that can go with you to the next level of your life? You're on the journey of personal development. You're on the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. The people you have around you right now, are they people that can go with you? These people are XYZ. Yes, I know they can go with me to the next level. Do you have people like that in your life now? I'm waiting. Can we go to chat box and type that in? Are these people of positive influence, and can they support your growth process? Do you think they can support your growth process? Sorry said, yes, ma, I do. Yes, ma, they can. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Toluwani. What about the other people? Toluwani said, yes, ma, they can. Yasmin, yes, Yasmin, I saw Yasmin now. The next generation girl. You've not changed that name. Where is the name? I saw you now. Yes, yes, ma, the next generation girl. Yes, ma. Then Jemima says, honestly, not all of them. Okay, great. So, what do you think you would do? So, for those of you who know that not all your friends would, they are not of positive influence, or they might not be the best set of people to go with you on the next journey or the next part of your life. The next, you're on this personal development journey. What do you think you need to do? What do you think you need to do? I'm still waiting. What do you think you need to do? Okay. Darasimi says, not all of my friends are positive influence. I try to not be too, I try not to associate with them so it doesn't rub off on me. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Darasimi. Timine says, they can and they do. Okay. Toluani says, you can stay clear of them or try to change them. Okay, that sounds good. So tell me how you're going to change them. Then Jemima says, find those who attract negative energy and remove them. How are you going to remove them? Jemima, how are you going to remove them? Let's go. How are you going to remove them? So one of the ways you can protect yourself from unhealthy people or people of bad influence, or people who have bad who might influence you negatively, one of the ways you can protect yourself is by building boundaries. Who understand what it means to build boundaries? Let me see. Sorry says, okay, I have quite a lot of, wow. Okay, so Gabrielle says, Back to my former question, Gabriel says there are going to be times when someone breaks your trust, and either they won't admit it or won't be willing to apologize for what they have done. As hard as it might be, you need to get to a point. Okay, so you're responding to Toluani's question. Thanks so much, Gabriel. Now, Theoluan says, showing good behavior and setting examples for them. So that's you responding to you trying to change them, right? Okay, thank you so much, Theoluani. Then Gabrielle says, continuing here, she says, eventually, when you are willing to forgive the person, you move on. Okay, thank you so much. Then Jemima says, stop relating with them as much as possible. Where is that? Stop relating with them and try as much as possible to leave them alone. Okay. So I was talking about setting boundaries, and Gabriel says setting boundaries means to set a limit to something or to something or to someone. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Where's your sister? I've not seen her typing anything. No, tell her to type her own comment. Let's see her comments. Let her type a comment, please. Let your sister type a comment, please. Okay, so thank you so much. So, like I said, we're talking about how to build boundaries, because you have some people who want to come near you, and these people are not of, they don't, they are not going where you're going to. You know where you're going to. You're on a journey of positive and personal development. You know that you want to, at the end of the school session, you want to have all A's. You know that by the time you are graduating from high school, you want to graduate with very good scores. By the time you finish from the university, you want to have a first class, or you want to graduate with very good grades, or you just know where you're going to. You have a plan for yourself. Remember the plans we've all created, all the plans we did when we started this journey. Yes, you have a plan for yourself, but there'll still be people that will come to your space, and they want to, they just want to be friends with you because you're a nice person, right? So what would you do? So part of the things you need to learn to do is to build boundaries. You need to build boundaries. Boundaries are very important. And what does it mean to build boundaries? Like Gabrielle said, setting boundaries simply means building a limit around you, right? Setting a boundary means letting there be a limit, letting there be a limit. But let me use the word limit. And your boundaries are to protect you. Your boundaries, you're setting boundaries to protect you, and you're setting boundaries so that you have a mutual relationship, or you have a respectful relationship with other people. When you set boundaries, it's for you to maintain your own identity. Boundaries are like setting limits or rules around yourself in your relationship, and you have to define what you're comfortable with. What is it that you don't like people doing to you or for you or with you? You should be able to identify these things. Oh, I don't like it when someone shuts me down. Oh, I don't like it when someone shouts at me. Oh, I don't like people that are dishonest. Oh, I don't, you should be able to know what your likes and dislikes are. And that's why when we did that first on day one, day one was all about understanding yourself. You need to know. If you don't know yourself, you will not be able to set boundaries. So you need to know who you are. You need to know your values. You need to know what you need in a relationship. And the moment you're able to identify this, the next step is you communicating it assertively. So assertive communication is when you are able to tell people what you want. Okay, thank you so much, Shanice. I've seen your message. It says it means putting up limits so people will respect you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I was talking about boundaries. I said for you to set boundaries, you need to know yourself. You need to know what you like and what you dislike. The moment you know your values, the moment you know what you want, the next step is you communicating this to people. Let them understand, let them know that Gabrielle does not like people who lies. No, you can't just lie around her. Okay, we're back. Or so Timmy, maybe Timmy does not like people that shout or there are see me. So I want us to go to the comment section. Let's type what are those things we don't like in relationship, or what are those things that when people do them, you don't. I don't like when people do this. Let's type it in our comment section. Let's see. We have a few minutes left, so let's do this fast. Let's type it in the comment section. What are those things that you don't like? That when somebody does these things, I don't like it at all. Or when my friend or or my siblings when they do these things, I don't like it. Let's put it in the comment section because you have to know yourself. You have to know what you like and what you do not like because those are the ways you can protect yourself. So Darasimi says, when they do something to me, but if I do it back, they get angry. So you don't like it. So that means you're being so you try to, is that you're being are you being revengeful, or do you do it on purpose back to them, or you just do it unknowingly? Timlane says, sorry, Toluani says, talking behind my back, disloyalty and distractions. Good. So I want you guys to write the things you wouldn't want to take in a relationship. What are those things that I don't like? So Tolani says lying. Tolani says taking judgments based on emotion, lying. I'm waiting for the others. Please type what are things that you think you wouldn't like in a relationship. Somebody says, Darasimi says, okay, sometimes unknowingly up on purpose. Okay, so the unknowingly part, yes, I agree with you. It's okay, but why would you do things on purpose to hurt your friends? I don't think it's nice. Do you think that is nice? Somebody, okay, because they're unjust, because they will be unjust. Okay, okay, when somebody takes judgment based on emotion, those judgments will be unjust. Okay, thank you so much. So back to building boundaries. So I said the next thing you need to do when it comes to building boundaries is that you need to be able to communicate clearly, assertively. Let the person know the reason for those decisions you're making. Oh, I don't like this because, and when you say it, you're not saying it to make the person feel bad. And that's why I said you need to communicate it assertively. Assertive communication has to do with you saying what you want or saying what you don't want in a respectful manner. Saying what you don't want, saying what you want in a respectful manner. That's assertive communication. So the first part is identifying what you want, identifying what your boundaries are, knowing your values, knowing what you want and what you need. The second step is clearly communicating or being assertive in communicating your values or communicating your boundaries to your friends. Then the next is you need to be consistent in maintaining those boundaries. So it's not that today you are today you say, oh, I don't like people that make noise. Tomorrow, you are the chief noise maker. Or the next day, you say, oh, I don't like people that lie. And meanwhile, you're the one that is always lying. So you need to be consistent with your boundaries. If these are your boundaries, you need to be consistent with them. So let's go to the comment section. Let's type what I just said. I said, number one, instead building boundaries or setting boundaries, you need to understand what your boundaries are. You need to know what your values are, what you like, what you don't like, what your needs are. Then I said You need to be able to communicate these values clearly and assertively to your friends. Then the fourth is you need to be very consistent with your values. Then the fifth is you need to be able to respect other people's boundaries. So you cannot tell your friends that, oh, I don't want you doing this to me, and you end up doing those things to them again. Okay, I understand what you're saying, Darasimi. Okay, I understand now. Okay, thank you so much. So, setting boundaries starts with you knowing what your boundaries are. What are the things you don't want around you? What are what are those values? What are those values you cannot compromise on? You should be able to identify those values. Then the next is you being able to communicate this assertively with your friends. Let them know that, guys, I don't like this, so don't do this to me. I do know XYZ. Then the next is you being able to being consistent. Not that one day you say this is my value, the next day you say that is my value. Then the next is you respecting other people's values. So if you want them to respect your values, if you want them to respect your boundaries, you too should be able to respect their own boundaries and values. So I have Jemima. Jemima here says our own thing she doesn't like when people shout, privacy invasion, making me feel inferior when out when out for an event, taking my things without my permission, overdoing things. Okay, thank you so much. So, Damilola, your conversation was that when you say purposefully, you mean things like when you go out, they ask you to buy food for them, you buy, but when you ask them, they get angry. If we're talking to each other, okay, I understand that. Thank you so much. Then Gabriel says, is that not hypocrisy? Hmm. Okay, let's start the conversation here. Hypocrisy on whose side now? Gabriel, are you talking about Darasimi or our friends? Then someone says it is annoying when you don't spy on your friends. Meanwhile, they are doing it daily to you. Wow, that is dangerous. So, why are they spying on you? You understand? So let's go to the comment section. Let's just type what I said now. I said ways we can build our ways to build our boundaries or ways to set boundaries. You need to know what your boundaries are, identify the boundaries. What are the things you cannot take? Identify them. Then the second one is you communicating these boundaries to your friends. Let them know assertively. You don't need to shout. You don't need to just let them know that these are the things I don't like. Then you have to be consistent with your boundaries. Then finally, you have to be able to respect other people's boundaries. I guess we'll be stopping here for today. We'll start tomorrow is day 9. Then we have day 10. Wow. I'm really looking forward to day 10. Have you guys done your videos? How many of you have done your videos? You know, I said you guys should do videos. Do your videos. Let's see telling us what you've learned, telling us what you've gained. Just do your videos. Someone says friends that become envious become dangerous. Okay. Then Darasimi says ways to build boundaries. Okay, you need to know your boundaries. You need to communicate these boundaries assertively with your friends. You need to be consistent with your boundaries. And finally, there was something I said. You need to respect other people's boundaries. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. I think we've done quite a lot. We spent quite a time here. So please go back to the comment section, go back to the WhatsApp group and type everything you've learned today in the WhatsApp group. And for those who aren't here, or for those that are going to watch later, they will learn some more. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to say good night, good night, good night, good night. Thank you. So today we spoke about setting boundaries. We spoke about building healthy relationship. I spoke about the characteristics of a healthy relationship. I also spoke about characteristics of unhealthy relationship. And I rounded it up by talking about setting boundaries and why we need to set boundaries. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice night. Bye.